welcome in to Getting Help from Uncle Sam. This will probably be one of the most proud segments we've ever done. First of all, we have with us as a guest Colonel Ryan Richardson, who is the Wing Commander, 42nd Wing Commander at Maxwell Air Force Base, which makes you basically the base commander. And there is something very special going on, and we want all of you to know about this, and it's Operation Welcome Home. And I'm going to let him tell you what it is that they are going to be doing out at Maxwell. And when is this happening, and what is it?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's an unbelievable opportunity. And so 50 years ago, come this spring, we repatriated prisoners of war from Vietnam. Maxwell Air Force Base, our air patch in this community, was one of 10 Air Force bases that participated in that event, right? The reunification and the return of American patriots. We're going to celebrate that through a series and sequence of events. It will start off in February, where Air University and leadership there will host up to 4 prisoners of war, former prisoners of war who are alive today. We know, at least as we are working through the RSVPs now, that we'll have 1 in person, maybe 3 virtual, maybe additional in person.
Okay.
But there's going to be an opportunity to see them, to hear them, to share with them, and to celebrate their sacrifice. And so we're excited about that as that kicks off then into March, where the 12th through the 15th of March, we're going to have a series of events. And I know we're going to spend some time a little later talking about them in particular. We're going to bring the Traveling Vietnam War Memorial here. It will be open to the community. It will be open to our public schools, our private schools, our charter schools, to share the story of Americans who gave their everything. So it's an opportunity for us, as we've talked since my time here,
Right.
in opening the base to the public, right, and telling the stories of so many airmen. So it's an exceptional opportunity. We're excited about it. We're excited to partner with the community. We're looking forward to it.
Well, if you know, there are a lot of people that have had the opportunity to go to Washington.
Sure.
I have, and it's hard for me to even talk about it without tears. These sacrifices that our folks made in Vietnam were never really properly welcomed home.
Yes, ma'am.
And this has been way too long in coming. I'm so proud that you all have taken this on and that you're doing this. And the other thing, like for people who have not been able to go and actually in person see that Vietnam Wall, how did you get the traveling wall here? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's interesting. You know, we set forth 6 months ago and having a conversation about what it is this installation should do by, with, and through the community. How we should recognize our heritage and our heraldry and those patriots that came before us. And actually it was Denise Williams, who's one of my teammates, who came and said, I've got this idea. What do you think? And she launched it. We now have a team, again, partnered with on-base personnel, with off-base, to say, hey, there is this opportunity to share and bring to veterans of Alabama and anyone that we can bring here the wall, right? To share that experience, which for some I'm sure will be an emotional experience, and arguably a spiritual one. So we're super proud to bring that. Moreover, we're thankful for the opportunity to bring and invite veterans onto this installation and thank them. Thank them maybe in a way that they haven't felt thanked, maybe 50 years ago or persistently since. And so this is an opportunity for us to say thank you. Not only as an installation, men and women in uniform, contractors, civilians, families, but also the community which has hosted Maxwell Gunner for so many years.
I love the fact that you're doing something that is going to include our community, our region, and actually the entire state. You know, this is not just a Montgomery thing. And the fact that, Jack and I talk all the time, people like Denise who have these ideas, who think about other people and what should be done for them. That is, when all the darkness, there is so much light. And this is it, and this is well overdue and so appreciated. And the traveling wall is going to be coming.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
And that will be set up on base?
It will. So the traveling wall will arrive on the 12th.
Okay.
It'll be followed by, if you're familiar with Rolling Thunder, a bunch of patriots and
Oh,
veterans
wow.
on their
Okay.
Harleys, right? They will escort the wall onto the installation. The Officer Training School complex has a track. It will be placed there. It will be on 24-hour visual. In other words, we'll have lights on it, and it will be available for individuals to come onto the installation to view the wall, and we expect that'll be the case. We're going to have a POW MIA remembrance run where we're going to, it's named after Major Dykleman, which has an amazing story, which I think we'll have an opportunity to get into. And we certainly, if we don't get a chance, we'll share it more publicly, where we'll have a 24-hour run of vigilance where we read the names of those unaccounted for. We'll have an opportunity to share with our school system, our young children, to have them come out.
They should know these things.
To come out to the wall and see that. And then we're going to have kind of the crescendo event on Friday, where we're going to invite the installation, the community onto the installation itself, to recognize as many veterans as we can bring to bear and that can be here to celebrate their service and their sacrifice. And we have an amazing speaker, Medal of Honor recipient, who will address the crowd. And it's just an awesome opportunity to take a pause and recognize those that have sacrificed so much for our freedoms.
A Medal of Honor recipient.
Yes, ma'am.
I have only met a couple of those, but it's a beautiful thing. Real quickly, let me tell our audience, we are going to have another segment next Sunday, so please watch. Because we're going to fill you in on some more details. But for right now, let's talk about the dates that this will run. March?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. 12th through the 15th of March. 12th again being the arrival of the wall. It's going to be arriving by, with, and through the community, right? So it's going to be driving through. You might hear some Harleys cranked up for that. We'll get that all set up, and then we're working with the local school systems, superintendents and such, in terms of, so you might see that if you have children or grandchildren out there who are like, hey, guess what? I'm going to Maxwell to see the wall. You'll be able to share maybe some perspective with them before they come onto the base. Then we'll have a remembrance run, and then we'll have an opportunity to share and celebrate the veterans on the installation on the 15th, and then we'll break it down.
So the last event will be on the 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
We will give you more details next week, let you know how you can be a part of this and how you can come out. Because we're partners, the community, the military, and you are the reason that we are free. And we thank you. And please be with us. We'll see you next Sunday on that, and we'll be right back.